It's nice now because originally we were like, I wanted these to be like moderately professional.
Yeah.
And now these are the ones where I just want to fuck off. Like, because they're just fun. Like,
Yeah.
the other ones have like, there's more pressure.
Well, yeah, you have to be like a good host for your guests.
Yeah, and there's more pressure. This is just like, hey, whatever. Everybody, welcome back to the Gearshed podcast. We have Nasty Nate in the building, live from Arizona all the way across the United States. Made it to the races last night in just enough time. Now, God, whoever got hurt on the Moto track last night, I'm sorry that happened to you. However,
it's literally the only reason why I made it.
That's the reason Nate made it, to be able to see the final race. Sick.
It was super fun.
How'd you think? What'd you think of it? Obviously, I've been there. I've seen it, Route 62. So let's set the stage real quick, guys. We had a podcast originally set up with Formula. They have a lot of new stuff coming out for the Emoto space, and it was going to be a really good episode. Ran into some technical issues. We're going to work that out, record that next week. But Nate's here, so it gives us a chance to hang out and talk. So that's good. We had the first round of the Emoto race series at Route 62 yesterday, and it was an absolute blast. If you guys are local or around, please come out and race and hang out. It is not that serious. There's an advanced class. There's a beginner class.
There's a stream. Awesome. It's streamed.
And there's
literally
a live stream.
All of it, you can watch it.
Yeah, you can watch
so
it.
Cool.
It's
really cool.
Yeah.
We'll post a link to, we'll timestamp maybe the main event. That'd be great.
Yeah, we could timestamp the main event.
We'll do a timestamp of the main event in the description below so you can watch it. Our very own Cohen won the advanced class.
Dude.
Gapped him too, man.
Well, he nearly lapped me, let's be honest. He was on the Ventus 1 Plus with a 21-inch front. We'll get into all of that. Chan the man is...
Number one in beginner.
And
you got two?
I got second in beginner. He beat me.
Yep.
Little snake. I shouldn't even let him race. This is the bike he raced behind us. He raced a 2.0.
I didn't know he was on quartz bike.
Yeah, he was on quartz bike.
Yeah.
Cool. With the tech forks on it. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I am a huge proponent of those forks. They're not the cheapest in the world. They're not necessarily budget, but it is a great middle ground. The air fork has seemed on the 3.0 has seemed to be a little bit touchy. You got to mess with it a lot to figure it out. We have that on the 3.0. I've been riding it on the track. I bottomed them out several times.
You said it's better now, though.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Cool.
But I mean, like, you got to sit around and like pump it up and then go ride some laps and then come back and like you
Does it fluctuate a lot on you now that your weather's changing too?
I don't know. I only ride when it's like decently warm. You know, not cold.
That's always tricky. I mean, it's like tire pressure in AZ, dude. My tire pressure dropped like 5 psi in like one day. Yeah.
Just from sitting?
Because it was just like 100, and then boom, like
cold
down to like 70s. Yeah. It was wild.
So I don't know. I mean, we're figuring it out, but I think the Emoto race series. So you made it in. You got to see the track. Yep. You haven't had a chance to ride it. We're riding it Wednesday. I just text the guys there, so it'll be open Wednesday for us.
It was fun to see it in person too. I mean, the stream just doesn't do it justice to like.
No, you don't realize how big it is.
It looks so good in person too, man.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Their track work's excellent, and when I grew up, that's literally all I did was like indoor racing. I've only raced one outdoor.
Are you serious?
Yep.
So it was also arena cross. You told me that, but I didn't realize how arena cross heavy you were racing.
Well, it was just my dad was a farmer.
Right.
So like the winter was kind of our season when like I could actually go race and he had time off because the track that I raced at was like 4 hours away from my hometown. So it was a
haul.
Track. Yeah, it was a haul. And we had family out there, so it was kind of nice because we like saw them and we would do it once a month.
Right.
But yeah, that was like my racing. It was very similar to that track here in Ohio, but worse dirt, I would say. The dirt that we had was more of like a rodeo grounds, kind of like sand clay mix.
And you didn't walk on it. Like you didn't walk the track yet, have you? Like you didn't.
No. But I can just tell. I can just tell the dirt's better than what I did.
It is tacky.
Yeah, I mean it's designed to be a moto track, right?
Yeah.
Mine was like a dual purpose space. It was more of like a rodeo grounds kind of space that they made work.
Yeah.
But I was using like sand tires.
Dude, I mean, it was... So what they did to get... I'm assuming, I don't know this to be absolute fact, so what they did is they dug a huge pond out there, so they have like a good water catchment system in the winter and the summer months. Because obviously there's only so much water, and they pool...
And they water with that.
They water with that, yeah. So
Smart.
like they don't have like a well. So they're just they're pulling from whatever they have available, and they have a small pond, but they dug a really big pond, and I think that's where all that came from, because that is all like clay. It is such good dirt. It's incredible. And the way that they built the track, I think, was it's conducive. It's like, it's almost perfect. Like those guys really know what they're doing. But if you have big bike power or big bike balls, you can triple the rhythm sections, right? If you have no balls or no power or no experience, you can roll the rhythm section. If you're in the middle of that somewhere, you can double it. Like that is such a genius thing for them to do. And I mean, obviously they know what they're doing, and they're building in a very small space.
Yeah, they work for anyone.
It did work for everyone.
I didn't even see the pro lines until I saw the pros ride it. I was like, oh, that's sick.
Yeah, and it's like a freaking huge huck.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Yeah. So I would say that, like, overall, just to be able to have a series where we're able to go race, and it was like all Electrix people, customers and friends, everybody came out. It was
cool.
And it was so fun. We basically, my whole goal with this was that we take the TKO experience and inject that compassion and friendship and unity into like a series here. So like we would obviously, so my son rode the Ventus 1 Plus, another really fast guy, Logan, rode his 3.0, and they're just like exceptionally fast riders.
Yep.
So they are the only ones that blew their chains off, right?
Do those two ride gas bikes together?
No, Logan's like 30.
Really?
Yeah, he's 30. But he's like,
does he ride gas bikes? Or?
Yeah, dude, he raced gas bike. He like spent months at training facilities. He's like, he was over at the house riding at the compound, and just having him talk to Co and just be like, hey man, like when you're on that gate, dude, it's just you. Like, don't worry. Like, I spent so many years worrying about all the racers and how good he is and how good that person is. And he was like, when I finally was able to like turn that off, I was able to race better. I was faster, and I was like more competitive. And I didn't think I could be that competitive. Yeah. Because it's so funny that Logan came over, and Cohen had never met Logan.
Mm-hmm.
And
super nice guy.
So, dude, he is the kindest human being.
Present too.
He is so present.
I met him for like literally 5 seconds. I was like, this guy's here.
Yeah, he is like, he's
cool.
here. He has and he's such a good dude.
Seems wise.
For his age, right? Mm. Yeah. Well, and he was like, he showed up, and he's ripping the compound track, ripping it, dude. Stuff that we double first lap, he's tripling, and like he's on a 2 or 3.0. Like, it's nothing special. We all have more power than him, right? And he's just out there, he's just flowing. And Cohen's like, oh man, I gotta race him. You know what I mean? And he was really in his head about it. But Logan talked to him and just like told him, like, hey man, just like worry about you, like blah blah blah. Well, come to find out, I mean, he didn't wax Logan. Like, Logan was on his ass the entire time, but he beat him.
Yeah.
And it's like, see, man, like, just run your race.
Co's
he's
so good on a bike.
He's so
dude.
fast. But it was cool to see Cohen perform well. Obviously, he had the right equipment to do it. He was given the best setup that you could possibly have.
Dropped his chain in his heat, though.
Yeah, he did.
DNF'd his heat and then won the main.
Yeah, and waxed the main.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see him. Channing, he's Cohen's friend, neighbor, lives right across the street from us, and he's a part of everything that we do. So we make sure he always has a bike and he can always ride. And me and him battled it out, and he ended up beating me. But like, it's so cool. I could care less about winning. It's all about the experience. But we want to take that TKO experience that you and I had, and I want to inject it there. So like, the guys were there from the shop, and like when the bikes came off and they were wrecked, we like fixed chains. We had to take a chain off the SR and put it on Logan's bike so he could keep racing. And like, it was just, that's the community and the culture that we want to build, because at this point, it's not uber competitive. We're just there to have fun. And
I could tell it worked too. I could tell. I mean, I was there for such a short amount of time, but I could tell like this was a fun day. People had fun. Like, you guys on the gates were all like honking your horns.
Oh my gosh. And like, obviously all the Emoto people who probably listen to this, like, honking your horn is like, it's like the thing that we do just to like be heard, because like we have no noise other than that, and like we're all on the gate, wait, and everybody, like, you could just see even like the flagger, they're just laughing, like, these guys, like, you know what I mean, because it's like a big joke, but it's fun, it's great. So
then you have guys who just like tear it up too,
but then like you get guys, and then like the announcers, you were hearing them like commentate on the live stream, like even they were like, oh, wow. Like, that's what,
they were pretty quiet. I mean,
they were quiet.
It's
but,
probably hard to like talk about Emotos when you don't know a lot about them,
yeah.
but they'll learn more over time. And they did a really nice job too. I want to do a shout out for them because is it Apex Motorsports or who's put it on the stream?
I think it is Apex. And if I mess that up, I'm not sure.
They did a really cool job.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Cam Ops, I come from the production world, right?
Yeah.
So they had Cam Ops, they had a switcher, I assume.
Yeah.
They had commentators.
Yeah.
They had all the people running the event. It was like...
It's a full on, like, that's not a small production.
No, it was a big production. And especially to do it like 2 full days like that.
In the first day, bro.
It's a lot to ask of people to do it.
They ran 107 gate drops the first day. From 10 a.m. practice, and the last race was at like 8:45. Could you imagine? Like, that's a long... And so they had to be there 8:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, get everything set up to make sure they do all their tech checks.
And like, how do you even take a break?
You can't.
They probably do like commercial breaks and people just run and pee quick and like come back. But like, that's like all you get.
Yeah.
That was impressive, honestly, to see. To me, they don't even need to like stream that much of it. They could probably just stream the mains and that'd be like really good. But dude, they're streaming practice.
Yeah. Everything is streamed.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is.
So it was for anybody that didn't get a chance to see it, we'll put it in the links. For anybody who wants to be a part of it, come out and hang out. You're welcome to come to our tent, where you're welcome to hang out with us, bring your camp chairs, and just hang out. There's also the pit bike races. Like, if you have a small bike, this next race, I'm gonna race pit bike. I'm gonna race a lot more, like, as opposed to just
sit
the
around
Emoto stuff, because you
race.
sit around a lot, you know. So,
Yep.
And that's just Moto in general. Like, you ride for 20 minutes or less, and then you just sit until your next Moto comes, and that's just a part of it. But so you can get involved in more stuff and just kind of hang out. So overall, freaking really, really awesome experience. But we learned a lot, and me and you were having this conversation on the way in, and I'm looking at the Alta Sigma right now.
Yep.
And it kind of has like a similar features to what the Arctic Leopard XE Pro S and OXE Pro S Enduro has.
Yep.
So, you know, one of the biggest downfalls of all these bikes, which we probably all know, is your swing arm and your belts, right? So you're blowing belts and you're throwing chains. Swing arms are flexing, chains are popping. In what we did, and I don't know if anybody else has any input on this, put it in the comments, but what we did was, on Logan and Co's bike, I mean, we backed that chain out to it was like...
Did you see how slack Co's was after it?
I know. Dude, and
Stretching.
we tightened it so much. Like, I would never recommend anybody run their chain that tight.
Yep.
But like, to the point to where it maybe had a 1/4 inch of flexibility.
Yeah.
Like, just tighten it as much as we can. So, because when that suspension compresses, so much slack is inserted into that chain, and then it pops and it just comes off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's probably okay. The amount you did, it's just different. You know, you can't like do it like a gas bike necessarily. No. It's just different.
Well, and you don't have, the bikes just aren't there yet. You know, like we got to think back to the motocross world of 1979. You know, like, those bikes were trash, but that was like the tech, you know, whatever. They were great for the time.
But it's the location, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's the jack shaft. I mean, the jack shaft is literally at the pivot point of the swinger.
Right.
So, like, you don't need to have a lot of slack.
Right.
Whereas, like, on a traditional bike with a gearbox, say like the Altis, that has more traditional setup.
Right.
You know, it has to have that because it's just in a different location.
So So the thing we were saying is that, okay, so if those are the weakest points of the bike, the Ventus One Plus is a complete freaking rocket ship. We have not tuned that controller at all. We left it exactly how it is, comes right out of the box. And Cohen ran that in mode 3, and he said that was way more power than he needed.
What do you think that was?
Right around 21 kilowatts.
Okay, yes, plenty. That's all you need.
An insane amount, to be honest. And that 24 Ultra B with 12.5 kilowatts wasn't far behind Cohen. So, like, you think about that.
Yeah.
Like, he was a really good rider. But
he was OEM controller.
Yeah, OEM controller, 12.5 kilowatts, 1819 setup, nothing else. And he was not far behind Cohen. So, and he's running, 40% less power overall.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's freaking good. Now, that could be one of those 18 kilowatt 24s that, like, are in the ether.
Probably not.
That we don't know about.
Yeah, it's probably just a 12.5.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, from riding the 12.5 for a long time, you could definitely do that whole track on it, but you're really, like, pushing it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not so much like just on tap.
Right.
Like what Co is probably dealing with.
Right.
Co was riding a lot of that power though too.
He was all over that power. That one berm he came around was just like, oh my, that motor's screaming. I love the way the Ventus sounds.
Yeah.
But so we talked about the Arctic Leopard, like so the chains and the belts. Well, Arctic Leopard and Altus. Now I know that we know Thruxton, who has tried to basically build his Altus into like an ultimate enduro warrior, and I just don't think that the bike was ever intended for that. He found some deficiencies in it, and I'm sure everybody's going to have its limits, especially these bikes in that the way he rides.
Less of an enduro bike, though.
100%.
Great moto bike. I think it would be awesome in that arena series.
I think that Altus and the either enduro version or the regular XC Pro S with the swing arms, the way that they have them built, the direct drive, you are talking about a machine that I think what I was trying to explain to Cohen and everybody is that, hey, this is like, it's like a marathon, not a sprint, and it's a battle of attrition. So you have to finish the race to win, right? So that Ultra B is not going to throw a chain. It's not going to flex its swing arm. So you have to ride like within the bike's capabilities, because both Logan and Cohen are way better riders than what the bikes were ever intended for.
Yeah.
You know? So you guys have to be mindful of that. And it's hard to tell a 15-year-old that who just wants to go fast. Logan gets it.
I asked him that too. I was like, did you ride any differently in the main? He's like, no.
And he's like,
I think he knew though, like the chain's tight, I'm good.
Well, I think he just knew like, I'm going to give it everything. And if it blows, it blows. Like whatever. I'm not going to let this guy beat me.
It's a cool mindset.
I love it. So I think that those bikes may be better suited for that experience. Right. Yeah, I don't know, but it's been cool. It's been a really cool week here at the shop. We are so packed in right now, guys. I know you can't see anything, but we are literally like barricaded in this shop. So we condensed everything down to one shop. I know we don't usually talk about a lot of the business stuff here, but we had two like kind of assembly shop and then showroom space. Financially, it just doesn't make a lot of sense, and like communication flows better if you're in one space. So we condensed everything down to one space, and now it's like,
it's tough because the business is growing.
Yeah, and we shrunk the space.
Yeah.
But I like working. I prefer to work in a really tight space.
This would be so much easier to communicate.
100%.
It was just like a big stretch. I mean, if it was like a next door kind of thing, that's inconvenient. But like the distance you had was a little tough.
It was only like a football field and a half.
We'll get creative here too.
Yeah, we're gonna make
it like super cool.
But Nate's in town, so we're gonna be riding the compound. We're gonna be out at 62. What bikes of the ones? Because now we have like a plethora. Now that we never had before. What bike are you excited to actually try out? I know that you just love the Ultra B. So.
It's just my home base. So I'm gonna ride the Ultra B just to like get the feel for all the tracks.
Yeah,
that's like what I want to start with. Maybe even your 25. I'm not sure. Okay. Just because I know the weight's there. I'll ride your 24 too. Whatever you want me on.
No, I'm not even taking the 24 to the track anymore, dude.
You're not? Okay.
It's a trail bike. I don't let that thing leave the garage unless I'm going enduro, trail, hop and
I'm going to stiffen up your suspension on that 25 then.
I did already.
Did you?
I went 5 clicks on the forks.
We're going to go 0 out. How about that?
Yeah, we can. We can do whatever.
That's how mine is. It's literally all the way in right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. I'll make note of your stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, your question.
I already got notes. Don't. That's something you taught me. I got all my notes, so I'm fine.
So Ultra B is like my first laps, get the feel for it, like try all the jumps kind of bike. I'm not that used to the small bikes yet. I really want to know. This is interesting, because the last time I was here, it was like first days on the job.
Yeah.
I really haven't ridden a lot of these bikes. This is different too. I think trail riding, I don't know if I'll ever prefer a small bike. I think it's like, it does it, but I don't think I prefer it because like I know how miserable it is to ride a small wheel on like rough terrain.
Yeah.
I don't even like high tire pressure anymore.
Right.
Like if I don't have like 6 PSI in the rear, it sucks.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Your spine hurts.
We're doing a lot of track riding here though.
Right.
I really want to know the Ventus super well.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know like the 2.0, 3.0 thing.
Yeah.
I really want to be able to tell customers what I think they should buy between a 2.0, 3.0, or an SR.
Based on their
experience and what they plan on doing. Because we were talking last night, like an SR, realistically, if you can mind your manners with it and like keep it in a mode that like is actually appropriate for you, it's actually a bike that you can grow into. Until you're a grown man.
You can justify the price.
It's a great investment.
It's a good investment for the long term.
Because it's only like
$56.99.
Is that $600 over a 3.0?
$49.99, I believe, is 3.0.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean $600 more, and like you probably don't need to upgrade a bike ever.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's something too. And I know that our SR is different right now. It has the controller, so I might even like leave that out. But that's something I want to kind of gauge too, just to make sure I can tell people better.
Right.
I really want to know what the RTR is like on a track environment. Yeah. Honestly, out of my own curiosity, I don't have a lot of space at home, but like that's a bike that I would consider like owning. If I had your compound, I would totally own one of those.
Yeah, well, so the other day I was going to bring it home. I just didn't have any freaking space in the trailer and van. Like we were so packed out for all the bikes we were taking to the race because we're basically supporting if somebody wants to ride and they either like one guy's waiting on a bike and like, one, so I just brought everything so everyone had a bike to ride.
Yep.
And they don't have to beat their stuff up. Like beat this stuff up. Let's see how it performs. But
yep.
I couldn't fit the RTR in. So I was like, freak it, I'll just leave it. But that's why I'm bringing it home tonight, like, because I want us to
practice,
like ride that bike.
Yeah.
We have the Hyper B there that I know the suspension isn't capable of like holding up to big hits, but it's fast as lightning, and I think it's so much fun. Like, I think we'll have a lot of fun on those small bikes. Like, and I've never really ridden an RTR,
and they're different. I mean, the RTR is a pit bike for adults.
Yeah,
and the
Hyper B is a pit bike is like a motorcycle for kids.
Yeah. They're sprung differently for sure.
The
grips are like also
you get much smaller handlebars.
My like big gorilla hands would just be like on the outside of it. For sure.
So I think it's like it's gonna be cool just testing them. I'm not the Altus is like it just makes sense, I think, for what we're trying to do. For that specific type of series, I mean, just looking at it now, I mean, look at that front caliper. Look at that rotor.
Yeah.
I think that's like a 260.
It's big.
It's massive.
Yeah.
So, and I think that depending on the type that you ride, but anyway, so
that bike should go to someone who's racing in the series, though. I really think that would be a killer bike for it.
I think it would be too.
You don't need huge amounts of range. What you want is a lot of power.
Yeah.
And that's like that kind of bike. We were thinking about it too. If you really like set that in a chill mode, you'd probably get really good range out of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think, and we were talking about, you have, okay, so it is only 35 amp hours, but it's, I want to say
96K.
96 volt.
The total amp hours of like the battery
is more.
Yeah.
So
is that what it is? Sorry.
No,
kilowatt hours.
Kilowatt hours, yeah. So your kilowatt hours.
It's equal to a 20, I think we determined it's the same as the 20. I might be confusing this with the Emoto right now.
We were confusing it, but that's where we got our numbers from, because Emoto has a smaller battery, but it's equivalent to the 60 amp hour
25
battery on
battery.
the 25.
Yeah.
It's just running at a higher voltage, but it's a smaller amp hour, and that's what the Altus is. So realistically, you're probably sitting, if you were at a 72 volt system, you're still sitting at the same amount of capacity, which is the same amount of range, realistically, depending upon how hard you are on the throttle. So, a lot of people are like, well, it's only 35 amp hours. Well, yeah, but like it's better. It's fast. It's not better. It's more efficient.
Yep.
At
on the cells.
Yeah, on the cells. So, I think, thinking about all of those things, it comes in a 1619 setup. The seat is a Moto style seat. Like, there are a lot of advantages to that bike that I have overlooked now for about 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, but I think you come in with a trail perspective.
I do.
And now I've
been riding a track so much.
Yeah, you're changing what you like doing.
Yeah.
It's been interesting for me. I've been riding the track more because I demolished my rear KKE on my trail setup.
Well, here, let's back up real quick.
We can talk about that.
There's a video coming out here in the next week or so. I don't know when it is. Nate was on the Moto track on his 25, and he is fucking sending it.
I don't even feel that way. That's funny that you say that.
He is flying, hitting every single jump at like 90 miles an hour. That's what it felt like on camera. What was your frame rate? Like 24? Yeah. 24. Yeah. Like, dude, it just looked so incredibly fast. There was so much motion blur. It was just like,
it was fast, but I would say, I'm going fast enough to clear the jumps. You have to go kind of fast to do that. But for me, I see it from the lens of like, I could corner a lot faster. Like, I know I'm kind of like babying my way through a lot of corners. It's still fast, but it's like not what I could do.
Yeah.
So I know it's how everyone is. Everyone's just like more critical of themselves. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was freaking gnarly.
It's fun. What I'm getting to is that I've actually had a lot of fun riding a track. Like, it reminded me of what I loved about that growing up. And sometimes I think, I don't know, there's something kind of nice about just like working on technique and not feeling like you have to deal with the whole like adventure side of it.
Yeah.
And like making, like, because the other day when I was doing testing, it's like, well, this would be a bad place to get stranded.
Mm-hmm.
Like removing that from the situation and just focusing on like getting faster is pretty cool.
Well, there's a lot. You learn a lot more technique on the track because you could just continuously work a section.
Body positioning.
Like if it's like a gnarly corner with a deep rut, like you can just hit that and then pull off and then hit that and hit. And you just keep hitting that until you're kind of getting comfortable in that. And it's also like it's
just different though.
And you can bring like at the track. Listen, I still prefer to ride the woods or the mountains or whatever. Like I just like that more because I have like I like doing that more when there's nothing else that I have to do. So like when I have to take a camera into the mountains or I have to take a camera into the woods to record something, like that eliminates a lot of the excitement and fun for me because like it's work first and then like I only do like a half of the ride on camera and then I'm like, okay, we're good. There's 10 miles. Put this bitch away and let's go have fun, because like I need that for myself too.
For sure.
So, but at the track, you got your trailer, you got your drinks, you got your snacks,
you
can
your
go
breaks.
Rip it for 20 minutes.
You have to take breaks because they put the little kids on or they have to water it or whatever. So you're forced to take a break. It's more social.
Much more social.
You meet new people. It's cool. Yeah. And also I will say that I like riding fast on trails too, but the consequences are like really high on AZ trails. Yeah. Like it's really rocky and it's
really remote.
And it's really easy to like crash and have big crashes.
Yeah.
Like the single track here, you get a lot more like smooth dirt stuff. Yeah. There's like very little of that.
Yeah, and I think
in AZ, right? A lot of areas that we ride anyway.
Well, yeah, there's like one section and that's just leading up to the shit that's going to suck. You know what I mean? Or like shit that's going to be gnarly. Like you always have like one flowy section where you're like, man, that was so much fun. And it's right before you get into some shit. And then like we're off on this, like, I'm very interested. It's going to be interesting to get back out on those trails because I have been riding a motorcycle again for about just over a year after 10 or 15 years of not even looking at one.
You've done a lot in a year on the bike, dude.
A lot. And last year I remember showing up and just that first ride
I didn't realize you had so little experience and I put you through like shitty rides, bro.
But like it was hard.
And
sure
you were
like, dude, like, and you would always be like, that's not, it's just like pretty mellow. And like, I'm just interested.
I know big dealed it. Like, every time.
Yeah, like to the point where you're like on a trail, like, dude, I am so sorry. And I'm like, you and Cohen are like fucking 2 miles ahead.
We're just like,
and I'm like looping my bike out.
Yeah, like a mental breakdown. That day was funny because I was like, I think we should go back, and you just you wanted to tell Cohen or show Cohen that like you don't
just
give
don't
up.
ever give up.
But
like,
I was
no
like,
matter how hard
I was
it
like,
is.
bro, you've totaled your bike in a way that I've never seen done before. I think it's time to go home.
And I'm like, no, we're finishing it, and we finished it.
Yeah.
And it was great, and we came out in the dark, and that was fun, But yeah, I'm just interested to see like now.
It's so funny to think back to that. I mean, now it'll be different. Now you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, and now it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like now it's like okay. Because like in the GNCC races, there are a couple of sections there where, and we haven't really talked about any of this and we haven't been together for a while now. So, we did 2 GNCC races. Both of them are just really sustained marathon, not sprints, 2-hour races where you just have to fucking finish. And it is so hard on you. Like
it's hard to manage your battery for that.
You manage your battery and manage.
Did you finish any of those?
I finished the first one.
Okay.
But not the second one because the one in Ironman in Indiana, it had a bunch of wide open spaces, a bunch of field sections, and you just burn battery wide open. Like, so I just couldn't do it, but I got all the way to the end. But now granted, like this whole last lap, like I'm not even competitive. Like I'm just in finish mode, So it's like, oh, there's a big hill. I got to crank up and then I get up to the top and back down to 1 and I'm just putting through. Yeah. So it's not like
that's
competitive.
Not even fun.
No.
You probably wish you had
but at that
more
point,
batteries.
You're so fucking tired that you're like, okay, this is fine.
What are you going to do? Are you going to go to small batteries?
I am, dude.
Back to like OEM?
I am.
Or?
Well, here's the thing. On the 24, I don't know. Because like it doesn't make sense for me to go to small batteries only for particular instances, right? So like when we do a big trail ride out in AZ, 25, 30 miles, whatever that looks like I don't give a shit. Like my battery's fine. My bike is perfect the way it is. Yeah. But when you put in a scenario of like a hare scramble that's maybe 30 or 40 miles, you have to make the determination, like, do I want to be competitive the entire time, or am I just here to finish, to prove that I can finish, right?
And also is like, do you have a crew or not? Like, do they stage the batteries for you, or are you just going alone? Yeah, that's tricky. I kind of wish that.
But on the track, like on the 25, like it's going to be, in retrospect,
it's nice to keep it light, huh?
And I wish I would have not got the trail. I know the light turns off. Like,
let's do it quick.
We just have to walk. Just walk over there.
Okay, hold on.
And it should. I usually open the door and it like. There you go. There you go. We're back, baby. Yeah, we're back.
Okay, so one thing I want to say is that I was at that kind of point where I was like, am I going to buy a big battery or what am I going to do? And I ended up getting the second battery, and I don't know why. I think I just thought like, okay, when I go to Moto Land or whatever.
That's why you got it.
Dude, I did not know the answer though. At the time, I did not know, like, is this better? Like, should I just get like another battery, or should I get like the big one? And now I'm like glad that I made the decision that I did. It's kind of weird, but like it actually worked out better that way. Like sometimes I wish I had a little bit more range, but I think I just built all of my favorite rides around the battery, and I realized like I don't really need to go farther than this. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I'm glad I landed where I did, and I didn't know this perspective of it until we talked to like Dirty Bike Mike, and we just experienced this, and we realized like, okay, lighter is actually kind of better in a racing scenario.
Well, it definitely is. And I wish I would have, in retrospect, I got the trail tune on the 25. I think I'm going to switch the springs out for a stiffer spring. Keep the valving because I like the performance of it. But it does need to be stiffer. And
what are you running? Medium?
Yeah, medium.
Are you just at the
medium trail?
At the top of it, or what?
Not yet, but I know we will be. I will be soon. Like, once I'm
because you plan on gaining some weight, or what?
No, but once you like start hitting those bigger jumps, dude. Like, I guess like you don't necessarily need it.
You'll be fine.
And as
just
long
go
as
full comp, you'll be fine.
Yeah. So, but I that's where I wish I maybe would have gotten like a soft Moto tune.
I know it's tricky though, because
like it's just such a commitment.
I've
never ridden it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe. I get it, and they are different componentry-wise. So maybe see what you can do. Like,
I'm not touching anything right now. I'm fine.
I know, but it's interesting. It's like, because when we talked to Phil, or you talked to Phil from Cirrus, he kind of pointed out that it's like it's better to stiffen up a trail tune if you need to do both than to try to soften an MX tune. And it makes perfect sense. I will say that like full all the way in on compression and a little bit slower than the base setting on rebound is actually pretty good. I mean, I'm doing pretty big jumps that way. You have a little bit more body weight than I do, but also you're probably going to hit smaller jumps than I will too. So,
I got time before I'm hitting the jumps you're hitting.
We'll play around with the suspension, see what you feel. But I mean, it's impressive. And also, man, adjustment on a moto track, I find that like I'm dealing with like the really tiny nuances of rebound stuff on the trail way more than I am on the moto track.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're just trying to like make
not get bucked.
I just try to make it as easy as possible. The problem that I've faced though is now my setup is like really amazing for hard enduro, but when I try to like sprint a little bit more or like hit bigger stuff with my trail settings,
it's just too soft.
It's too soft.
Yeah.
But it's so smooth, dude. Like when I have the right PSI, I can just like big boulders, I can just like float through them.
Yeah,
now.
dude.
It's crazy.
It's that balance that you get.
It's like a TKO setting for me.
You don't really realize it. And you removed you removed Tubeless and you went back to tubes, right? And you're thinking moose? You just
splash myself with Dr. Death. No, where I'm at right now is because I don't have my trail wheels built, I'm waiting on KKE to give me spokes because I can't find a replacement spoke unless someone custom makes them. It's been really tricky, actually.
Right. Because you blew them out and you didn't really finish that story because I think I cut you off.
So what I did is I bought another pair of KKE wheels and I'm making those my Moto wheels. So they have a Moto tire and they have tubes on them.
Yep.
That's what they're going to do. I did a trail ride on them the other day. Just it sucked.
Yeah.
Compared to like a gummy or like a hybrid gummy kind of thing, it really sucked, honestly. So that's going to do that. Those will be tubes. I'm not going back to tubes. What I'm going to do, I think, is once I fix this new one, I'm going to run tubeless to begin with, just because I have the setup.
Yep.
I'll probably go to Moose eventually, just to like not have to deal with it. Now that I do have two separate wheels for these occasions, that I can get away with that. The tubeless is really cool though too.
Do you think you'll stay tubeless on the front?
I don't know. I think when it comes to like, I don't plan on doing a lot of racing, but I think when it comes to like a TKO,
you're going to do a lot of racing though. You know that, right? Like once you get into it, dude, it's like, here's the thing. You're going to get...
I know, it's part of my job now kind of
like we're going to be like, hey man, we're going to this race and you're going to go and your bike's going to be less than like what it should have been for that. And you're like, okay, fuck that. If I'm going to race, like I want to make sure my bike is like...
Yeah.
And then you're going to have two bikes.
Tubeless totally works for it. And what's cool about tubeless is that if you do get it down to 0 PSI, you can still run it because the inner bladder is like locking your tire on there.
Yeah.
And it has a little bit of a buffer. So honestly, some people, they run like almost 0 PSI in the rear just like as their default.
Right.
I think I'm going to keep tubeless to begin with just to test it and see how it lands. But I think by the time like next summer comes around, like TKO time, I'll probably at least have Moose in there by then.
Yeah.
I just want to like try it for now and see what I like. But it's high maintenance. It's very high maintenance. I don't know.
A Moose or just your...
Tubeless.
Yeah. I know, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just really too much.
It is, but it's cool to adjust the pressures. That's the nicest thing about it.
I can imagine.
Is that it's like to really fine tune that pressure and to be able to go like hard enduro or trails, and just like change it. It's pretty cool.
It's really nice. That I have a JX8 sitting over there and a Moose tube for my 24.
Are you gonna drill it out?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And when I come out to AZ, like that will be, because the niceness of having two bikes. But I'm gonna put that JX8 on, brother. I'm so stoked because I'll tell you what. Now let's back up all the way to that first ride we ever went on together. I was on, I'm pretty sure MX53s. It was either, I don't think it was 34s. I'm pretty sure it was 53s. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. My tire pressure was too much. I was on hard Moto tires. Like, I just had like the worst setup.
Tires are
everything.
Number thing. Yeah, literally
everything.
Tires and tire pressure are like the biggest things you could change.
Dude, just going to that VE13S in the rear on my Ultra.
I haven't even ridden the S yet.
Bro,
I'm so excited for it.
You,
I bet it's good.
And pair that.
It's a great AZ tire.
The power of the My 24 with the Ventus controller and the ability to have like that grunty low end. Because like I would say my biggest efficiency when it comes to trail riding or enduro riding is hill climbs. For whatever reason, it's very hard for me to like not want to take my feet off the pegs. When you get in that sketchy spot and you're losing momentum, know?
Yep. It's a commitment thing.
It's a commitment thing, yeah. And now like I'm like getting to that point to where like I guess before I didn't have the skill, but I also didn't trust the bike. I did not trust the bike,
like ultimate bike now
on like, stock throttle, stock controller, because it always felt to me in those situations, it wanted to stand the bike up. And that was probably a lot to do with body positioning.
It's probably body, yeah.
And a lot of things were probably not perfect with the way I was riding, but I kind of eliminated those with the current setup and it is absolutely flawless.
Yep.
And what you said about the small bikes on the trails, I just don't think you've had enough time on them. Because when I go out on a small bike on the trail, dude, it's like the ultimate. When I go on my Ultra B, like I'm looking for hard shit. Like I'm looking for hard stuff to do.
I need to come from a different perspective.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do to like enjoy it. That's it.
And then when you go out on a small bike, like you're like, okay, well, I'm definitely not climbing the hardest shit, but I'm gonna rip the woods. I'm gonna hop over water. I'm gonna hit logs.
Like, what about like desert stuff though?
I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we did a little bit of riding.
That's the issue though. Is like a lot of the desert stuff is it's just rocks.
It's hard.
It's just like it's just huge rolling resistance kind of obstacles for most of the terrain. I think it would be awesome to have a smaller bike if you had like a mix of smooth stuff and here and there you have some obstacles, but it's like just nonstop.
Yeah,
rocks.
But like that ride we went on in Wayne National Forest.
So fun.
It was so fun. But you take a little bike out there, bro, and you are just like wee, wee, wee. And it's just, you're just floating and it's no low commitment and there's no pressure and you can just do everything fast. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun. And like towards the end of that ride, dude, when we were cruising, like everybody's just bawling. We're just cruising through the woods. So I think the small bikes just, for that reason. And I just know you have not got a lot of time on them yet. Oh, sorry guys. We still have to work around here. Whose computer's ringing?
It's you. Let's see if Cord takes it.
Oh, is it my phone?
I'm here just sitting in truck. That's what Cord said.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
Come on in. This is the most non-professional podcast of all time, but like we have to work and there's other stuff we have to do. So we're just hanging out today. The safe won't beep to lock. Okay.
But
yeah. Yeah. Anyways.
So I'm really excited to have that 33S tire. I think the JX8 will be really fun on AZ terrain, but I think that like the 33S, based on my kind of riding, is going to be
I just
the better
feel like
tire.
You're going to have, and I'm going to bring it. I don't know if I'm not going to put it on until I get out there, but I think because there are times where we like to go fast.
Yeah, totally. That's what
and
I was
like
thinking.
the JX8, it's like just not
going to fall
the
apart.
one going to do it for
you.
It's
going to
roll
over.
Run through tires.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Is like sometimes we do really slow technical stuff, but a lot of it is like faster trail pace, moving quickly, but still needing like that traction. Yeah. I think it's a perfect tire out there. I'm gonna say it is. Yeah, it probably is.
It's awesome. It's so good. And one thing, even before I started like really setting up the 25 to be like a track bike, I was riding the 24 all the time. On the gummy, just like not like just on the compound track, like out back, like not on like a big track.
Oh, the 24, you had the 33S on
it? And I was just riding.
I thought you put that on the 25.
No.
Oh, it was the 24.
No. Yeah, it was a 24.
Okay.
I put the 33 on the 25.
Cool.
So it was like a little bit harder.
Yep.
But I even liked it out there. It was fun out there.
I'm sure they say in the IRC videos, he's like, this actually works pretty well as a moto tire. It's not designed for it.
Right.
But it'll do it.
But dude, on the 25 yesterday in the races, like some of that, you had that one berm that was like really loose. Dude, the MX-34s, like now that I've gotten so much more experience on a bike and different tire setups and all that, like I can appreciate how good a fresh MX-34 is.
Yeah.
It's like I never felt washy. Granted, I'm not as fast as everybody else, but like I just felt good.
Yeah.
It felt safe, like you were never felt like you were right on the edge.
Tires matter so much.
Yeah, golly, dude. It's incredible.
New tire for me, VX40.
Yeah, you said that. Somebody was running that the other day at the race, and Cohen looked down. It was like a 250 or 125.
Really?
And he looked down. He's like, dude, that's an IRC. And then I was like, oh, that's probably the tire Nate was talking about.
That's what I put for my moto tires, just because like they're less expensive. I've been running IRC. I've been curious about like what their moto tires are like. Honestly, really impressed with it. Had no issues on the hard pack, so that could be something to try too in AZ.
Well, I think I'm down to try anything. I think all of those things.
I didn't like it on the trail, but I loved it on the track.
And all those things that you're talking about, like even like the little bikes, the RTRs, the Strikes, the E-Ride Pro Minis,
you get fewer options with these smaller bikes, unfortunately.
Yeah, dude, it sucks. But I think like just gaining more experience on all of these bikes will give you a better opportunity to like help the end user to like make a decision.
Yeah,
because my conversation with everybody is always, what type of riding do you do, and what type of riding do you intend to do?
Yep.
And then we just talk about it. And like, I don't give a crap what bike they buy, or even if they buy a bike from us.
Yep.
They can take that information. It's like solid advice of like, hey, you may not need this, you may not need that. This has a tire setup that you're probably going to use most.
Yep.
This doesn't. Not that tires aren't easy to swap, but it's just something that's already ready to go. And then you can just like arm them with proper information, so they get the bike that is perfect for them no matter where they get it from. And like, they're not bike swapping, because that's what happens.
It's a hard decision to make. Especially when you're like looking into the smaller market. The mid-sized market's been pretty easy for a while. Like, what do you choose?
Yeah.
A lot of people end up on the Ultra B.
Yep.
The small bikes, there's so many options now. So, yeah, for sure. That's a hard decision to make. I think it's like personal preference in a lot of ways too. What you want for control. I mean, now that I've seen the Ventus versus the SR, right? I'd probably get the Ventus.
But you fucking hated the SR, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I don't hate the SR. It's just like not what I would choose on the trail, bro.
You weren't.
I love what the SR stands for. I'm not like personally gonna like make that my only bike.
No, for sure. But like whenever,
and I need to see it from a different lens. Like now I'm starting to understand. Like, okay, this is my main bike.
Yeah,
and this is for fun.
This is a toy. And it's a
unfortunately, I come from the lens of like one bike. That's my focus. Like,
that's your whole world.
Yeah, I want to have like one bike. Yeah, I want to have like I have a bike that does trails and moto, and I need them both to do like a pretty damn good job because I'm going to ride it. Like I'm not a super advanced rider, but I'm like a good intermediate rider, I would say. So like I'm pushing the bike. That's tricky to find a bike that can like do both things pretty damn well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I need to just get outside of that and remember that Josh's is where all the bikes get stored. He wants the chaotic garage, and I don't.
Dude, I don't, but I just like it's like
it's funny, and we're surrounded by like 30 bikes, right?
More
Maybe
than
50.
That. Yeah, probably more than that, dude. We can't walk, and we have 7 on a pallet outside that just got delivered. Holy shit! But I just remember like when we were. So here's why I go back to like you hate the SR.
Yeah, you're just
because like we were on the trail that day, and I'm like, hey man, you want to try this? You're like, no, I'm good. I'm like, fucking kind of part of your job. Like, you gotta ride this. And he's like, all right. And then like, I'm just excited for you to be able to look at it as like, okay, like open-minded.
Yeah.
I don't have to fucking mortgage my house to buy this thing. I just want to try it. And I'm going to give an honest assessment.
I think where I got the bike too is in like a shitty part of the ride.
Yeah,
it was like, let's cross this mud and like go through big rocks. It's like the least.
Hey, you want to try this?
Yeah.
Like, we just put the Cirrus on it, man. It was so good.
I know. It was like the worst time to give me the bike. I wasn't that mad about it. But what I'm saying is like your track, your track at, you know what I mean? It was like a really bad time to do it. Your track at your house though right now is like, it's designed for like small Emotos.
Dude, it's literally the fucking compound, but I'm telling you right now, it is so good. It is such a good track. Now, there are like, back to Logan real quick. Logan Picarillo, bro, you're just an OG, and I really appreciate you. But he was there Friday night, and we were riding, and like I got shovels and rakes and shit out there because like we got to do little maintenance things while we're out there, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, where's Logan? And he's like back behind a jump and like raking it out and cleaning everything up and like because he's smoothing it out, like he knows, like he was just like, and then he's like came over and like fixed a couple holes that we had with some dirt we had laying around, like trying to just get it because he was trying to like build this berm up so he could double out of this corner into the rollers, so he could like skip that second roller and just double it and double out. And it was just like, dude, like that's a cool ass guy. Like who's gonna because then it was just me riding and all the other 3 guys were out there. Jay was there, Cone was there, Logan was there. They all had shovels and rakes and they're just like doing track maintenance while I'm just like wee. Like it's just like shit like that, man. Like the track really is perfect for these bikes and you're gonna have a fucking blast, and I think it'll change your perspective on.
It'd be fun to ride bikes because this is an environment. What I'm saying is like it's an environment that works
conducive for it.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah,
totally. It'll be like fun to ride the smaller stuff
for sure, and it is. You're gonna have a blast. Big plans, dude. We have this race series here. There are some up and coming tracks. Have you noticed? And I think we spoke about this a little bit, but you're starting to see, like even in AZ, there's starting to be like a lot more tracks pop up. Mm-hmm. And one thing. For the form, hey, wife,
it's okay, Court.
You're okay.
No,
I mean, we're having a podcast.
We
conversation.
Need to have Court on the pod sometime.
We do. Yeah. You don't want to come in here? Can you go on the forklift and get all these bikes cleaned up? Okay, perfect. But do you think that that's like one of the little bullet points for the formula conversation that we had was this Emoto space is the only. Now I don't know if this is actually true, and I don't know in what context it's supposed to be taken. So please take it with a grain of salt.
Token,
but it's the only growing market inside the motorsport space right now.
I mean, everything else is growing. It's just not
at the same speed.
Yeah, and I think just a lot of like. What do they call it? Like almost MASH kind of mindset, like just like power through it.
Yeah.
There are a lot of mistakes that are happening.
Right.
A lot of people learning big lessons, a lot of like warranty issues. There are a lot of things happening. It is growing a lot. I think people are developing a lot of things. I think it's also really tough because I think there are a lot of brands they don't have the same success as some of the other companies.
Yeah.
And seeing from the outside, you're probably going to give me a call in a second.
That's okay.
From the outside, it seems like there are a lot of people who are kind of like solidifying who's going to be in this market and like actually stand the test of time. I think Cirrus is going to be one of those companies.
Yeah.
And I think they have that because of like the excellence side of it. I think there are a lot of brands who are like doing that. I think Warp 9 is a great.
Yeah, me too.
Make excellent products.
Yep.
Good price.
Yep.
Big selection. Like, man, dude, if Warp 9 didn't exist, the aftermarket would be like not the same.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
And so that, now whether that's true or not, I don't know about that comment that I made, but what I find very interesting is like there was this big explosion of I don't want to say propaganda. That is like the wrong word, but I know, comment.
You're just like anti-communist, or you like just play the character that you are.
Yes.
It's really funny. It's like Southern Josh faking that he's
you fucking comment.
so stupid.
Oh shit. But I think so. Yamaha put out that which I think is total bullshit.
I'm really confused by it, but I can also see how I'm curious how it's going to operate.
It's going to be.
I didn't look into it much, but it's like gearbox and clutch, right?
I didn't look into it that far.
I think
I read headlines.
I might be wrong, but I think that's like what they're doing. It's almost like they're just taking the piston and the explosion out of the equation, and everything else is the same.
Yeah. Well, which isn't like the terrible thing.
I think it could be interesting.
It could be great. I think it's really good. What I think though is there's a misunderstanding of what that actually is, and in my opinion, that is simply a fucking prototype that will never. And if it does, it's going to be 36, 48 months before it's like a consumer product.
It's interesting though to see that concept. I never thought about that because like when I first look at that, I'm like, after riding an Emoto, I don't want a rear brake on my foot. I don't want a clutch.
I don't want any of that.
I don't want any of that. And I think that there is an argument to be made that a lot of people, they still do want that feel, especially people who are trying to go from a gas bike to that.
Yeah, yeah.
But it doesn't take that long to like go from a gas bike to a Stark and like get the vibe of it. You're probably, in a few hours, you'll be like, dude, I'm actually faster on this bike.
100%.
Yeah, so that was confusing to me to see that. I might be wrong here, but I saw a foot brake and I know it's a clutch lever. So
I think they're trying to really lean into the gas loyalists and the gas people that just don't want fucking change. Yeah. That are just not willing to even consider it. Oh, it don't got a clutch and it doesn't got a foot brake. Like, okay, let me
maybe they'll have two versions. Maybe they'll have one that's just like hand brakes.
They won't. That's like terrible. That's a terrible idea for manufacturing. Right? Like if you're manufacturing at scale, you don't want to make like minor changes.
They're going to lose a lot of people though if they don't have that option. Because I
agree.
I think if you were like the bike that literally is just like, it's just like a gas bike, but it has an electric motor and you still have to shift gears and you still have to use a clutch. A lot of people are not going to want that bike.
Well, you're not going to get the people on the bike that are the ones that are growing the market. You're not going to get a guy that goes from like an SR or an E-Ride, like, oh, this bike isn't enough for what I want to do.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to go get this, back to foot brake, back to clutching, back to all that.
I will say it'd be fun to have in your stable, but it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be your primary bike.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, anyways, point I'm making is that what I think the misunderstanding with that is like, okay, I think it's awesome, and I would love for the major OEMs because there's just so many little deficiencies on these small bikes that we've already talked about today that can be corrected by people who really build true dirt bikes, right?
Yeah.
And motorcycles. However, like, I don't think anybody really understands the price tag that's going to come along with that. And
do you think it's going to be really higher?
$14,000, guarantee it, nothing less.
It's too high.
A Can-Am electric ADV bike is like $16,000 for like 45 miles of range.
No one's buying it,
and they can't give that thing away.
There probably aren't that many made.
What's the point of even like how much R&D and time spent going into that?
It's a waste.
It's a waste. And I'm not saying like nothing against
It
Can-Am.
won't be if Honda. No one gives a fuck about Can-Am.
No,
in the dirt bike space.
No.
I'm sorry, but like no one does.
And even the ADV space.
Yeah,
that's not what anybody's fucking doing.
I'm just saying that like Can-Am is like. Go to a supercross race. How many Can-Am bikes do you see? You know what I mean? Like they're not selling race bikes. So not the point here. I just want to make you laugh.
I love when Nate gets fired up about some shit. He's like so brutally honest.
What I'm saying though is like if Honda makes one of these bikes, people will want it.
Yes,
they'll
same with Yamaha.
They'll want it. Same with Yamaha. Even if they do that weird thing, someone will want it. But I mean, Honda years ago they released prototype stuff of the CR Electric. Mm-hmm. It's a normal electric dirt bike. Trey Kennard recently on Gypsy Tales talked about it. Jace asked him, what's the difference between that bike that you rode versus a Stark? And he just said the Honda just it just felt like more of a race bike. I'm sure like the chassis was probably just like
stiffer and shit.
Better for that.
Yeah.
It's just like they have more experience building chassis too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure Stark does a really nice job, but it's probably just not like a CR chassis. You know?
So there's going to be some guys, like you said, there's people are going to buy it if it ever comes out, which I don't even think it will.
It will. Something will come out.
Well, something will come out, yeah. So like,
yeah. I mean, it's just
whether it's that or not. But I think here's the biggest problem, and this is where Stark's got it fucked up right now, in my opinion too. And I think Dust is going down that same road.
Oh, I have a concept I want to go into next.
Yeah, and this may lead right into that because this is all in the conversation that you and I had. If you don't have the ability to swap a battery in an electric bike, you're doing your company a disservice.
It totally. You limit who can buy
everything.
Yep. Komodo, by the way, I don't think it's a easily swappable
That's
battery.
what you said. And I
just learned that from the grid shift video, and I was like, they made it sound like it's bolted in, but like you could fabricate something to make a quick change. But yeah, totally. I think you need to have something. If from the factory your battery can't be swapped in 30 seconds, you're gonna reduce how many people can buy it.
100%.
Like, because certain kinds of racing just aren't going to work for that. And honestly, the best kind of racing for these kind of bikes is kind of like trail woods kind of racing.
Well, that's where they're the most in the woods
for a lot of the bikes. Obviously, Stark has its own thing, but even that would be amazing to be able to swap batteries and go lighter.
Well,
like,
I think
to have a Stark that's not that heavy,
dude. Right, exactly. And think about where these bikes excel and can really put a hurting on gas bikes is in the woods and on the trail.
Yep.
That's just where they're most efficient.
Totally. You're using less power.
Yeah, and you have more control of your power. You have, dude, when we were doing that, and I know I told you this, I'm just going to tell everybody else, like when we were doing the Ironman race out in Indiana, right after like 2 or 3 miles in, there's this big massive hill, and it was like really dry and all dusty, and it was just gnarly. Well, all the gas bikes, dude, like everybody's still bunched up at that point. You know what I mean? And there was like 700 people in my session, mind you. Okay.
And you just said...
It's just my phone. Don't even worry about it.
You just said, I know where you're going with this, but to tee this up, you just said that you're timid coming into a lot of hill sections.
I think that's my weakest point on the trail.
And tell people what you did.
Dude, and these people would just get piled up, and all this electric bike, it was just, and you just, right up the hills.
Just bypass everyone.
And I would make like 25 passes every single gnarly hill climb. And obviously those guys are faster than me. They would catch up and they would pass me again. But I don't give a fuck.
A lot of them didn't totally pass you back.
Yeah, I don't even remember. Like, you don't even know who the
you
hell
got passed, but like, who knows who it was.
But like, dude, and you're just, the advantage that bike gives you in the woods is that it is instantaneous power where you just mow down the biggest hills. And in a race scenario where I say like, I'm not that good at hills, I'm not that good at hills if I have time to like process that hill and think about all the bad shit that could happen if I wreck. In a race,
I never think about that on hills.
You don't even give a fuck.
Yeah.
You're just like, wah. You just know, like, well, I'm on an electric bike, so I can't be a bitch because everybody already thinks I'm a bitch.
Yeah, but your mindset is also, it's like your focus is the finish line.
Yeah. So
like
and you
try
just
to get there.
Go, right?
Yeah.
And you would make so many passes. And also one huge advantage that I had is, and I just think it's from the type of technical riding that you put me through hell with, is there was a really big rock section, pretty gnarly boulders, loose creek rocks, so they're kind of moving all over the place, basketball style or basketball size, soccer ball size rocks.
Smooth.
And dude, I'm passing guys in the rocks that are far better riders than me, but they're just not good in that terrain. And the way the Ultra B is balanced in that Cirrus suspension, it's just and I'm just able to make up time and pass 4 or 5 people in those scenarios. Now, granted, they'll pass me back, right, in the spots in the woods where they are literally hucking into the blind abyss through trees.
Yeah, but it's just like...
But there's just those little spots where you can... It's not the rider that's better. Like, I'm not better than those guys as a general
big
rider.
Advantage in there.
But the advantage of the bike is that. So
you get a really good rider on an electric bike, you're just like,
I mean, you
straight
get
advantage.
100%. You get one of those really good riders on, but you can't. You cannot put one of those really good riders on a Stark because they will blow through that battery in a lap, and they cannot.
For what race?
GNCC.
Yeah,
because it's about a 13-mile loop.
Yeah, they're great for hard enduro. Like the Stark can work for hard enduro.
Yeah,
but the GNCC, like, you need an ability to swap a battery.
You need ability to swap a battery. And if you can't do that, you're setting yourself up for, like, you're going to lose sales. You're not. I'm not saying the company's not going to do well, but it's just you could do better if you had that ability, and that is so important. And that's my opinion.
What I want to see,
hit me.
I see Dust and Benel. They're making moves. I don't know where Benel is right now. you say Bonnell or Bunnell?
Banal.
Yeah. Making moves. Dust is, I would say, coming out first for sure. Like
Yeah, I would assume so.
They're coming out first. Really excited for that bike. I think that's a great option. Yeah, I think it's going to be a solid bike. It would be something that I would probably buy.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, if Stark, with their reputation, came out with a 7/8 size bike, a little bit bigger than a B, swappable battery, just as good as any other Stark in quality, they don't need it to be like totally as bling. Like it could be a little bit
even if
less
it
expensive.
is as bling.
Yeah.
And it's, what are they selling for $10,000 now? I think even like an EX is $10,000 roughly. I don't know, but I think that's what it is. 9,000.
So yeah,
8,500,
totally.
9,000,
and be ready to sell me a second battery.
And yes, and
allow me to like buy it in the cart.
100%.
Yep.
Add this. Would you like to add a secondary swappable battery? Yes, please.
Yep.
And do you need another bike?
I would honestly, if
Ultra B's going on the marketplace,
I would sell it. I would sell my Ultra B. That is like the bike that if that bike was built at that quality, which I know it would be at that quality, I would sell the Ultra B.
100%.
I would 100% do that because now I've learned that like what I want is I want a bike that can do moto, can do trail.
Yep.
1821.
Yep.
Swappable battery. And have like that Stark is, if they would do it, they would make a system that like has a lot of power on top if you need it. Doesn't need to be 80 horsepower either.
Well, and
like,
I think that just is there.
They could limit it. I think they should limit it if they do it to 50, 40. Dude, I mean, honestly, the fact that I'm jumping everything on that vet track, a video that you said I'm ripping on, I'm on a 20 horsepower bike, man.
Right.
Like the fact that you can do that on a 20 horsepower bike makes you just realize like you do not need 80 horsepower.
No, and nobody does. It's cool.
No.
I think they just did it to like, swing it around a little bit.
And some people like it, and a lot of people can ride it at 60.
Yeah.
But even that, they're like, dude, this is just too fast.
Well, and with that, I think we have to be getting close to that point because how many more of the same exact bike can they build? Because like basically what they've done, which is genius on there from a manufacturing perspective.
The 1.2 is like something that a lot of people are buying, I think.
Well, you got the 1.2, you got the EX, you got the SM. What else could they build on that chassis and on that platform? Because right now they're just trying to recycle the same bike, which is a beautiful business model.
Yeah,
recycle the same
sense.
frame, recycle the same battery. You're using all the same hand controls, all the same handlebars, like all the same suspension, maybe different valving. But you're just changing a fucking name. Like you're putting. It's basically an EX with Supermoto wheels. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it has more power in weird spots or whatever. Like it's just a different tune. So it's all computer programming.
Yep.
And now they're reselling that bike and they just continue to come out with that. Well, they're going to run out of that.
I wonder what they would do, like from a manufacturing standpoint, to create this thing that would save them money.
I don't know.
Because you probably can't do it in the existing chassis, huh?
No way.
You'd have to just design it differently.
You would have to design it differently. Well, it would just, dude, because your proportions are all off.
A lot of components, though, could carry over.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could still, like, your fork length's going to be different, probably, right? So you're going to have shorter fork tubes.
Yeah. And it sounds like they're probably...
Your battery's definitely going to be smaller.
Are they Showa? KYB?
KYB.
I think it's KYB.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to keep a contract with them.
Yeah, I would assume. Why would you change that?
Yeah, for sure.
So like now, but you have to, your battery technology can remain the same, but you have to just put it in a different package. And just because it's Stark, I know they're not going to do a swappable battery, so it really doesn't matter.
Why not though?
I just don't think I just don't think they believe in it. I think
they would though if they understood that it's required by certain races to like be able to pull off the race.
They have to know that.
I just think that like that it's the next step in their evolution is to create smaller bikes.
They have to. Yeah.
Yeah. And I get it that this one is like, I think this one makes more sense. This one will be easier to sell than them making like the 85cc Stark Varg or something. You know what I mean?
You really think so though? Well, listen, that's why I asked that. Maybe not 85.
Yeah.
But what we were talking about with Mike, you have all these kids that are coming up on these E2s, E3s, and E5s that are KTMs. They're never going to race a gas bike. Those kids aren't going to go from electric.
I know, but
and
that's
then start
not
riding gas.
It's just not quite there yet to be like a safe thing. Here's an idea. What if they made something that would work as a super mini? You could tone it down and you sell with different wheel kits.
There you go. Now you're talking.
Cool. Now we can cover
just like
both.
an 85. Yeah, you could turn the power up, you could turn the power down, because I think one of the biggest things. Did you see the horsepower? We got to get into that while we're here. The horsepower modes that they're allowed to run the World Supercross in.
Top of mind, I can't remember.
I think it's
44,
44, and 60.
Okay.
So 450, you're out.
I think they've done a nice job with that, by the way. I've been watching starts. I was just watching World Supercross, and I was watching the starts with the Starks. I was like, it's good. It's like even. Like it doesn't. Vince Freeze isn't like blowing people's doors off with this bike.
Right.
Like it looked like it was an accurate amount of power to let them have.
Well, but what was insane was what I noticed was the baby giraffe and the whoops. Like it just has such a disadvantage in the whoops. It's got an advantage in a lot of other places, but in the whoops, like it's just so hard for that bike to maintain, like stay on top.
And people say it's a clutch thing.
It very well could be.
Yeah, it's hard because like
I've never ridden a whoop at 60 miles an hour, so I don't know.
No, yeah, seriously, we have
So
a
I
huge
have no fucking
disadvantage
clue.
of like riding whoops.
Yeah, I'm trash, so I don't know, but
No, I get it. I think that's part of the equation, and maybe that's a reason why this new Yamaha concept would actually like work.
yeah, it could.
Because
For like highest level competition.
Yeah, for sure. I think they're doing pretty well though, and I also think that if you put Ken Roxon on it, he might win.
Yeah. Well, and to Stark, like Stark has good riders, and those guys are good, but they're not premier.
No,
they're not top of the
They're not
line.
hiring guys who are going to win those races.
Right, for sure. So like, but the point is, the bike's there. I think to me, it was like, wow, 60 freaking horsepower. Like, so that tells you without telling you, because you never know. Like, you see the YZs and you see these 450s and Tomax YZ and all this shit. They're built. Who knows what's done to that motor? And nobody really knows, right?
But when you know what 60 horsepower on a Stark feels like, and you know that that's comparable to their factory 450,
that's what I'm saying.
You're like, whew.
So now everybody has an idea of like,
just how fast those bikes
factory
actually are.
450s are about 60 horsepower.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Coming at you.
Oh, great. But yeah, so I think the evolution, that idea is really good with Stark to have like the super mini concept, be able to swap the wheels, all of that shit.
Do you think that would work? So you could make that your 3/4 to 7/8 trail bike plus the moto bike?
So you're thinking super mini size? Because that would be 3/4 versus 7/8.
Yeah, so you're more like an Ultra B, but if you if you have a little bit longer of a suspension on it and the 1821.
What I would
I'm just thinking of like, can they make it work for two different bikes?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think what I would do, so if I'm Stark and I'm in the position that they're in, I'm saying, okay, the kids on the E2s, E3s, and E5s, they are light years away, not light years, but they're 10 years, 5 years away from even needing a competition motorcycle of like a 65 caliber, right? Because they still probably got to go up, maybe 65, but they got a while to go, is my point.
Yep.
So like, I'm not going to build that bike yet because the kids, the people that are going to be riding them aren't there yet. You still got time. So let's R&D that. Let's put that on the back burner. But we have in my opinion, the Stark Varg is a 450. It's the size of a 450, the weight of a 450. It is.
But you can tune it down so it works.
You can, but it's still too fucking heavy for like a normal person.
A kid, yeah, yes.
Like
imagine Cohen with like less skill. Would you put him on a 280-pound bike?
No,
probably not.
No, for sure. And I think you go down one ring. You know, you go down one, and you say 7/8, and it's Ultra B dust size, right around that area.
I hear you.
And that's where you focus the energy on, because then you could spin that, because you have MX. You just do you replicate it. MX, SM, EX.
I don't think you even need that on those.
I think you're going to want people that want it though.
Yeah, maybe on that one. That one you might.
After that, I don't think you're going to have as much.
You're right. I think you're right. And beneath that, I think you have 3 sizes.
That's it.
You do the 85 112 size.
Yep.
You do the 65 size.
Yep.
And you do the 50 senior kind of size.
Yeah. And you're done.
Good. Stay away from the teeny tiny bikes.
Somebody's already got that.
Yeah, they do.
Right. They do a great job.
Yep.
Let them do it. They've already done all the heavy lifting.
Yep.
Kids are successful on those bikes and they're winning races, but we know that KTM isn't going to be able to provide those kids another ride. So we got to get to them.
Yeah.
And the quicker you get to them.
That's a good point. In their current financial state, it's probably they just like the R&D for that is probably not something they should consider.
Right. It's not a good use of their
I
time,
don't
in my
know.
opinion.
I don't know their money, but I know it's
don't
probably
either.
not great.
Yeah, it's not. Where we're at? Are we looking good? Okay.
It's still rolling.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I don't know where that lands them, but I think that's where it needs to go.
So we're talking 4 bikes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Stark. If they filled 4 bikes beneath where they're at right now, I think they'd be set.
They would be set. And then what does that do to, but here's the thing though, and at their price point, like if you think about that, there's no way that they reported their first profit. How in the fuck are they making money off of a $9,999 piss missile?
It's a really nice bike for the price.
It's better.
How much money do you have in your Ultra B right now?
More than that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
More than that.
Yeah, with my spare battery, I'm probably like $13K into that bike.
Easy.
For sure.
Easy.
So the fact that like they make that bike for that price.
That's what I mean.
And you like don't need to do anything.
Anything. Change your tubes if they're still using shitty tubes.
Yeah.
And a
I think
tire of preference. There's some like small things, but
that's normal bike stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, you and I are doing that too. Like we're getting tires all the time. But yeah, I get it. Maybe Stark just needs to like stay in this little part of the market before they
jump out.
Yeah, they just need to keep selling a lot of bikes.
Because the dust, in my opinion, based on what I've seen of the dust, and I know like it's a fucking Stark. Like the battery
of the
shape.
midsize,
Sure. Like the battery shape, the plastics, the suspension they're using is premium shit, all of that. And it is a 7 Ace bike. Like they are the ones, which is, I think, half luck and half genius.
You're right, though.
Where they're putting themselves ahead of Stark. Like, okay, you've built all the big bikes and you've taken all the time to do this, but you don't have this. And now we're going to have it. And there's no need for Stark to do it. Obviously, Stark will still do it. But like, I think that's a huge advantage for Dust.
I agree. They're going to be the first to do it the way they're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be the first to create a high-quality midsize bike.
Like premium
quality.
But it's going to cost more than a Stark.
Yeah, by a little bit more money.
Yeah, maybe. I don't actually know that. But
no,
like,
but you're
I'm
right.
assuming.
You're right. It will, and it'll be harder for them to get stuff out. I really applaud Dust for taking their time on this bike.
It's got to be so hard.
And
I don't know whoever the one is in their organization that is keeping everything reined in is like a very convincing person, because there's a lot of people with a lot of money that are telling them otherwise. And whoever he or she or whatever is steadfast and like, this is not ready till it's ready.
I imagine they don't have a big team.
They can't.
No, they've done a really nice job. And the more I've been in this industry with you, the more I realize that a lot of people, they just rush and they try to get something out and it doesn't work. And then they get into trouble. Yeah. So I think Dust is actually going to like have their R&D right. I think they're going to try to eliminate a lot of those issues that could go wrong. I'm curious, I wonder like what the controllability will be of that bike. I assume there will be some kind of app, but maybe there won't be. I'm not sure.
I would assume there has to be.
Yeah, I'm curious how it's going to land as like something that people are going to choose for the trail, right? Like
I still think that's like I don't want to say underserved market, but all of these bikes that come out, when you're limiting, when you do, and this is just our new realization, like whenever you're limiting the ability to swap a battery, you're limiting the ability of somebody who rides trail, right?
Yeah,
like that's now on a Stark.
But even the Moto track, like I see people with a generator at the track with a Stark, and it's like that's cool. But like personally, after not having to do that, I don't want to lug a generator around. I don't want to do that. You've seen my rig. I literally have an Outback and a hitch carrier. Like I don't want a generator a part of that equation.
Right.
So it's just nice to swap the battery.
Yeah, you charge up before you go and you're good. And dude, you got 2 batteries.
Honestly, that's all I need. Yeah. I ride for at least like, I'm there for at least 4 hours and I'm probably riding 2.5, 3 of that. Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of like, that's a lot of ride time. When you're riding hard, like that's enough. So honestly, I think the 2 battery deal is kind of like the sweet spot. Yeah. Just need to have the option. I think you will be able to swap the Dust but I don't think it's going to be instant. And I think if you're in a moto scenario, that's okay. If you're at
Yeah,
the track
totally
hanging,
fine.
totally
big
fine.
deal.
If it takes you like,
Because you really only need one moto.
you don't need it to be
it's like you're racing.
You don't need to be uber fast. Honestly, the dust might actually work like perfectly for me if I had the right battery with it. And
Right.
yeah. Anyway, so I'm curious. I really I want to see Stark enter that arena though too, because I just think that the reputation of Stark makes me think that I'm not going to have an issue if I buy a Stark.
Yeah, and like their support, like I mean, they are. I did see, because I pay attention to all the Facebook groups, but I did see recently that they somebody had an issue and they were like, hey, it's a drivetrain thing, and then the old Gen 1s were trash and they upgraded them.
So things have gone wrong.
Yeah, a lot of them. But like the guy was like, hey, Stark's like now referring me like, okay, so go to your local dealer with this ticket number and give them a call first. That sucks. Because like that guy was like, I don't fucking want to do that. Like I don't even know. Like there's 200 miles from a dealer.
They're just trying to like help.
They're trying to mitigate their losses.
Same thing that we're doing too.
Yeah.
We're putting someone like me and you in there who can try to problem solve before they are dealing with someone.
So now this guy's like gotta like get his drivetrain and take it somewhere, and like dealers like, I mean, it's not a hard thing, but gas bike dealers have a business built around gas bikes. And there's very few electric-only dealers in the whole fucking United States.
And those mechanics probably, like, a smart mechanic could, like, look at that bottom end and fix it.
Yeah.
But they probably don't want to pull it apart because they don't know what they're getting into.
Right. And then what? What liability do they have and all of that stuff? So
tricky.
It's very tricky. But anyways, okay, we have a long day ahead of us, and it's already 1:00. So, and I'm gonna piss my pants.
This has been fun.
It's been fun. Nice to have you back. I'm glad that you're here. Everybody, give Nate a round of applause for ripping the motocross track. You're gonna see that video, and you're gonna be like, Jesus Christ, because that's what I said when I saw it, and I know him very well.
I just see Brett Baldwin, and I'm like, all right,
not fast enough.
That's my shining
exactly.
star.
I'm still too slow. I watch Cohen race all the time. I'm like, God, I am so bad at this. But
I think we all are compared to someone else.
No shit. We have Formula coming up. We do plan to have Dust on at the end of the year and or beginning of next year. We are talking to Brett Baldwin, trying to get him on, trying to schedule time. So
he's good for one of these next 2 weeks.
Okay, so we're moving here. We're trying our best to bring you something fresh every 2 weeks. So that's the schedule you guys can kind of bank on. It does change, and that's life. Things come up. But if you have any questions for us, Nate, any input on this conversation, please leave it down below. I get to those comments every single morning. And we're gonna go try to sort out the madness that we have here and try to make this not so chaotic. So, dude, nice to have you.
Thanks.
Later.